13. This time he's going to ban Miner against Lupanji's Princess.
Yeah, the Miner being banned, trying to take away the Balloon Miner Mega Knight deck.
Perhaps he will. Surgical Goblin loves playing the Dart Goblin. Has gotten great value from it in the past, but I gotta say, it's not one of the more popular cards in the competitive scene as a whole. I think that most players would prefer to play Princess. Wow, Lupanji punishing hard with an X-Bow right at the bridge.
Oh no, but he's got no answer to this Night Witch, and that's gonna clear out the entire X-Bow. And the Mega Minion, and he's got a full pump. Just hanging out.
A 5 Elixir defense shuts down the 9 Elixir attack from Lupanji, and he hardly takes any damage on the right side tower. Surgical Goblin with an incredible Elixir lead is going to be pumping up and ready to push.
If you're Lupanji, you don't even know what to do right now if you're Lupanji.
Oh, thank goodness he's got something in the deck to counter these pumps. The Rocket is a 6/6 trade that gets a little tower damage on the left side, but very likely that Surge is playing Golem here.
Yes, very likely indeed. That Rocket was a saving grace, but look at this. Ice Wizard does no damage to my tower. I'm gonna let it happen. Golem on the left.
Just let it happen, Surge. Takes a little bit of chip damage out the right side, but knows when it's fine to do so. Defensive X-Bow not looking too good for Lupanji here. You know, this deck archetype usually ran Inferno Tower in the past. X-Bow needs something to burn through these heavy hitters. Instead, though, in recent times, they've been switching out to a little bit of an icy combo. Tornado, Ice Golem, and Ice Wizard all trying to get just enough splash damage to keep these big pushes off, but it's looking deadly right now. Lumberjack is still quite healthy.
Look at how much life the Golem has. It just explodes now. And heat pumps knowing Lupanji just wasted all of his elixir. He can't afford to rocket this pump.
Lupanji not really taking very much damage there just yet, but he did have to drop a lot of juice. And just as you said, Surgical Goblin knows that he's in the elixir advantage position still. Pumping right in front of the King Tower is the safest way to do it. You don't have to worry about a rocket hitting your tower and the Elixir Collector at the same time. And it's another defensive X-Bow coming in from Lupanji.
Yeah, the number one thing you want to do if you're a Golem player is have your pump, be healthy, be alive when double elixir time comes in. Because once you drop that Golem, it's going to come in and it's going to be undefendable.
X-Bow goes down. It's a good distraction against the Golem, but it's not really getting a whole lot of damage against those big, heavy ground-based pushes. Locking onto the Night Witch, though, that means that Surgical Goblin is not going to be able to commit to this push. Right side pump gets going down, but Rocket from Lupanji, a great counter. Lupanji's ahead in damage now, despite Surge's great elixir lead that he's been able to hold for most of the game.
Yeah, but all Surgical Goblin has to do is defend this left-hand side, and this is going to be a massive game-ending push for Surgical Goblin, unless Lupanji could somehow defend this next Golem Assault.
3 for 5 defensive trade, and Surgical Goblin's pumping up again, not really committing to this push. He'd be happy to take the tower down, but he's just fine making this game go long in overtime as well.
Yeah, just slow playing it.
That Ice Wizard's a little bit too close to this big clump for my liking, getting awfully close to getting taken out by the Lumberjack. Looks like the Mega Minion is going to go down, but an aggressive Golem at the bridge. Surgical Goblin is out for blood, adds a Night Witch on it, and he's going for this tower.
Yeah, and he's just continuing the same push. Golem at the bridge, Night Witch, Mega Minion. Where's the Lumberjack? There he is. He's going straight for the tower.
Missed a bat with that Tornado, though, and the tower distracted by the Golem. It's going to be a lot of damage out that right side. Bat is just chipping away, bringing it down to 400 hit points. Poison might not be enough, but the Golem Night Explosions will do it! Surgical Goblin for the win! 1-0 lead over Lupanji.
Yeah, and there it was, the pump that didn't get rocketed.
Deftly defending against those little chippy hits. Surgical Goblin held on, and with the 1-0 lead, just needs one more win, and he'll be moving on to the semifinals of the winner's bracket.
Bat's gonna be in the back here. Mega Minion coming down for Lupanji, but it gets really... Oh, wow, Mega Knight on the left-hand side.
Hog Rider missed its hit, though. I thought he was gonna get it in there, but
I thought he was too.
Gets taken down just in time.
The Mega Knight dance.
Did you see that clip?
Yeah.
Nim tweeted this out. I don't know if it got posted on Reddit before then or not, but Nim tweeted out this Mega Knight dance where they were like hopping across the river at each other. Go check out the Clash Royale Twitter if you want to see that. It is pretty damn funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Bats, though, gonna easily show... Oh, those Goblins gonna do so much damage!
Lupanji's defense falling apart, but he got a pretty good hit over on the right side. Terran Surge is down to 10-18, but that is still a really high hit point. Hog Rider bringing it down to 120. Surge is in the lead.
Yes, Surge is in the lead. All he has to do is defend this, and Surge...
Looks like he's not really going for the defense, though. He's going to take a Mega Minion swipe on the left side tower, and I think Lupanji knows at this point he's got to go for the 2-1.
At this point, 2-1's the way to go, but looking at the tower health, he's not in a bad position to do that. Oh, the Mega Knight just clobbers down all 3 goblins, perfectly placed Mega Knight, and now it's just going to go on the offensive. Bat's coming down as well. The zap, is he gonna connect? Yes, he is! That's gonna be 1, 2, 3. Is he gonna get off another one?
Wow.
4 clobbers on that right-hand side, and just like we said, if it goes to a 2-tower game, now Surge is looking pretty good.
Right side Mega Minion trying to swipe through Frosty the Snowman, set up on defense. Surge goes down to 754, but it's another counterattack. Hog Rider moving in the right side. Not too much defense from Lupanji this time. It looks like Surge understands this is going to be a 2-1 game, drops his right side down to 12 hit points, but it still stands.
Yeah, and that 12 hit points could be the difference to the game. If you have to waste a zap, if you have to waste the poison to do it, but just like that, the balloon, he still plays the balloon. He got it to work. Is he gonna get the zap down? There it is. Oh my goodness.
Gets the hit! Surgical Goblin now in a lot of trouble as the bomb goes off and brings the tower down to 4 hit points. All 4 towers are still alive, but they're within spell range. This is looking like it's going to go to a 3 crown in chatting.
Oh, it's going to be close. The Inferno Dragon takes down the left-hand side tower. 4 Surgical Goblin. Can he get down the right? 4 on the left, 12 on the right. Can Surge stop this? No, he cannot, but it's going to go to a triple. Where's the zap on the right?
Need to finish that tower up. Not a whole lot of time. Lupanji sends it in, and here we go. A 2-2 draw. The final crown will determine the winner.
Wow, Hog Rider gonna get down the second tower here, and it's gonna have to be a 3 crown in order to win. How many times do we have to say a Hog Rider's got to get 3 crowns to win?
I gotta go complain to my friends on the internet. This is one of the most offensive games I have ever seen. A 2-2 draw going into overtime means that these players have been dumping the damage on towers with reckless disregard for their own hit points. Bats to defend against the Inferno Dragon, but that Mega Knight's connected. Balloon's on the tower! It's another base race!
Oh my god! Oh my god, the balloon! You don't ban the balloon versus the Balloon King, and you pay the price on the back. With my push, Inferno Dragon, Mega Knight, hopefully can get down this 3 crown, but the bats, the swords, the small swarmy troops from Lupanji just were able to hold off enough time. And there it is. We have a barrel coming out from Surge. Is he going to be running the bait with Dark Goblin? We're about to find out. It's looking like that's the deck that he's going to go. The Master of Bait might be playing it today.
Lupanji, on the other hand, has switched it up. Looks like he's playing that control deck that we saw him use in the first matchup against Islaw. We got the Goblin Hut chipping away at the left side tower. Mega Minion and Log coming in is really going to be helpful for Lupanji. He needs to leverage that Log in order to keep these small chippy attacks off the tower. Maybe it actually is a different deck, though. I don't remember Giant being in the variant that Lupanji used before.
Oh, we're going to find out. Maybe he's running Giant Balloon. No, it was P.E.K.K.A. So maybe he's running Giant Balloon Goblin Hut.
Ooh, the US survives. Gets a few more zaps off against the opponent's setup here, but Knight is about to go down to Spear Goblins. It looks like Lupanji's going to switch lanes here, going down the right side instead this time.
Yeah, I think Lupanji might have a little bit of an advantage here in this matchup. He has the Log for the barrel. He has the Giant plus possibly a Balloon to really pressure. I mean, there's no Inferno Tower which destroys a Giant, so Log's going to happen every single time.
Gibbity Gobbins getting rolled down. The Log is a cheap 2 for 3 counter, the woody weapon of mass destruction. But look out, this is why this Log bait deck is so deadly. Plenty of ways to set up a ground swarm. Can the tower deal with these goblins? Yes, it can.
Yep, and now Lupanji gets to set up his Goblin Hut, gets the reset, and Surgical Goblin with the rocket is not going to be able to take out this Goblin Hut with, let's just say, a poison.
Right side Goblin Barrel lands, though, and there's no counter from Lupanji. That is the deadly thing about these log bait decks. The cycle is so quick on them that if you have a more expensive setup here, Lupanji just not able to take those troops out. You know, he's got Zap in this deck as well. A lot of different ways to deal little tiny bits of splash damage, but he's been taking a hit time and time again on the right. Wow!
Wow.
What is that?
I don't even know what that is.
Giant deck?
Oh no, one Goblin! Goblin gonna survive, but it will get taken out. The big bad P.E.K.K.A tanking for pretty much everything. The poison coming down, and it's not looking good for Surge. He might lose his tower. P.E.K.K.A still alive. Giant Assault at the bridge. Look at this Mega Minion just doing value. No, the P.E.K.K.A still alive. Gonna easily destroy that. Is it gonna take one swing? Yes, it is. Giant's gonna walk right for the King Tower. The Electro Wizard comes down as
Giant
well.
is getting right toward the tower. Goblin Gang stacks up on it, but that's one punch. Two punches. Three punches.
It's gonna continue.
4, 5, it pummels the right side down. Lupanji adds a poison up on top to get a little more damage, and he's going for the win. Surgical Goblin in dire straits. It's a log rolls through it. Top gets the win. Lupanji! Oh, baby!